welcome back to Red River Living. It's the first part of April and we are in the garden now. We have gotten it tilled up real good and we've started planting a few things already. We've gotten our onions in the ground. We'll show y'all that. They're bunch onions. We've planted some other onions in some raised beds. We spent a couple hours at the store yesterday and ended up with fruit trees. We had some fruit trees die over the winter, so we've gotten some new fruit trees. They've been planted. We'll kind of show that to y'all. And then over here behind me, as you can see, Debbie and the kids and Jared, they're starting to plant potatoes. So we're getting our potatoes in the ground. And these potatoes we're planting right here are potatoes that we didn't eat last year that have started putting the eyes on them. So we're going to go ahead and plant those potatoes from last year. We've bought some potatoes from Sutherland's also that we're going to be planting also today. But as you can tell, a busy day here at Red River Living. Okay, with our potatoes, we've got them planted about 6 inches deep, about a foot apart. We drop these potatoes. We got the kids helping us, so that might be a little variable there. They might not be a little bit or a little bit too much, who knows. And then for the sake of keeping stuff straight, I'm popping a tight line, and then I'm gonna measure over from there 3 feet, drop another stake, and we're gonna leave these stakes in the ground today so we kind of remember where we've got stuff planted until it starts coming up.
I'm sorry. Y'all were videoing, weren't you?
Hey, sometime today, hot shot, let's go!
Woohoo! Thank you!
All right, put one of those sticks. Have him put a stake in that hole. Okay.
You got a lot?
Yeah.
Awesome. Just set them right there, Brayden. Good job. Put it in the hole.
All right, let Bubba have it.
Did that hit you?
Nope.
No.
Easy.
Don't hit your head.
So as you can see right here, this is where I had dug all those bunch onions up. We had to say that real quick. Out of the garden before we tilled, and I just took and pulled them back out of those tubs. Y'all separated them out, and I've planted them back down through this row right here. And I basically just popped me a string and planted them on each side of that string at this time. And just started watering them. They're looking pretty puny right now, but I think that's because from just digging them up and the stress they've gone through there. But I think over the next few weeks, we should see these perk back up and take off and look really good. But these were our bunch onions. Then over here in our bed, over here in one of our raised beds, this is one of the beds we put compost in that we got from Wichita Falls last year. This is our bulb onions, and they're planted pretty thick right now, and we'll just thin these out as we need them and let them get bigger over time. Right here's our garlic. This is the first year we've tried garlic, and our garlic is really taken off this year and doing really well. All right, I know my left, right. What's my hole spacing now?
I think like every 8 to 10 inches.
It says so 9 inches apart in rows of 2 to 3 feet apart. And last time, Mike, we put 2 in a hole.
Right, look at that.
And 2 came.
So guys, I've kind of staked it off a little bit here. Whew, fat boy's out of shape. We've staked it off. I'm kind of just running the rake down through here, just trying to level it off a little bit. I'm purposely this year not hilling up the corn and the potatoes. The reason I'm not hilling it up is once that corn comes out of the ground, then you start pulling the dirt toward it. The same with the potatoes. You keep pulling the dirt up beside the potato and they should produce more. The reason you pull it up on the corn is for the wind to keep it standing up. So last year I had a lot of work to do to pull the dirt up. This year I'm going to start off flat and then pull the dirt up to the corn. At that point it'll be rolled up. So with our corn here, we've got it about, the rows are about 3 feet apart, and we're planting our seed about 9 to 12 inches. This row right here, last year we had a real good germination rate, so we're just dropping a single seed for each one. I think we're going to do every other row. This row will be a single, then we'll do a double seed, just kind of get an idea of how it produces this summer. We've just wrapped up getting our corn planted. We've got our potatoes, which we're at 3 rows of potatoes, and we've planted 8 rows of corn this year. Last year we planted 5, and we have just about cooked all of our corn up for the year. So we're going to plant a few extra rows of corn and see how it produces, and hopefully we make some more corn this year. So next, what we're going to put next to our corn this year, we're going to plant our cucumbers. Debbie's done a little bit of research this year and found that certain things are more compatible and to plant those things beside each other. So the next thing we're going to plant beside our corn is going to be our cucumbers. And as you can tell, the garden looks pretty rough. You know, we tilled my peas into this part of the garden. I think next year, one of the lessons learned for this year is I'm going to till it a little bit more, try to work that in, and probably sooner before I try to plant. Maybe I can till it in twice or something. I really didn't want to work this sandy soil that much because I'm scared of wind erosion. But this, what we've got planted right now, is going to be basically bare dirt. We're fixing to start putting paper down, and that's going to save on our labor throughout the summer. So we're fixing to go. We pulled our paper up from last year, just rolled it up rough. It was pretty windy that day, so we're going to go and try to sort that out because we've got holes burned in that already, so we got to do some work there getting that ready. So now we are going through our paper, pulling out the paper, looking at the spacing of the holes in it. We think our cucumber paper down right now. Our next paper is going to be our melons or our squash paper going down. And we're just having to go back to the shop and go through each row and just kind of guess at what was down and get it ready to put down. I'm raking it out. That was one of the things I noticed last year with the tractor and me disking. It was just really uneven. We're trying to rake it, get it as level as possible before we put our paper down right now. Well, as you can see behind me, we've gotten our paper down. We had lots of help today. We had 16 hands out here working on it. So it was a little more effort than what we thought it was going to be, but it's going to save us a lot of time on hoeing it and with keeping the weeds out of it. So it's going to be well worth it. I hope tilling up the ground was the best thing to do. I think it was. We got a little bit leveler this year than we had it last year. It still looks a lot bumpier, but it's not as bumpy as it was when I disced it up last year. When I disced it, we broke it for the first time. So as you can tell, the paper's down. We've gotten our corn planted today and our potatoes planted today.
May not be irrigation.
Well, the next step we're going to be getting ready to do, we're going to get ready to start planting. We got some seeds to plant. We also bought some vegetables at Sutherland's the other day. So we got some tomato plants, some pepper plants. Debbie started some stuff in the house we got to plant. So we're going to be planting some stuff, and we're going to be doing our water system just a little bit different this year. Debbie's ordered us some new tubing, and instead of it just running down the middle of the garden, I think what we're going to do is go around the perimeter of the garden and set our water up a little bit different. We'll be showing y'all that in the next video. Guys, we appreciate you watching. We'd appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. We'll see y'all next time.